Okay, perfect. Thank you. I want to say good evening to everybody. I want to thank you guys for coming back and tuning in to my podcast, Singly Gay. I want to welcome everyone to the family affair. See all my lovely people. See my family. Ain't they so beautiful? Look at them. Look at them. Rainbow of sunshine. Look at my folks. Yes. So tonight we're going to be touching on, why some of us joined a Greek organization, you know, give us a little backstory about ourselves, talk about other different things, LGBTQ stuff related, and just show us who we are. So I want to introduce my Judies this evening. I want to introduce, I have my brothers here, Mr. EC and Mr. Unique. How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Yes. Got my sisters here, Miss Tori and Miss Libra. What's going on, honeys?
Hey.
Yes.
The fact that we both Libras though is what's popping. I just want y'all to know that. But
Okay. That's right. Last but not least, I got my bruh here, Mr. Champion. What's going on?
What's good, everybody?
That's my
Yes.
baby.
So, how's everybody week been so far?
I'm surviving. I mean,
I'm
it's modern day
surviving.
slavery in this joint.
Not slavery. Why gotta be slavery? What happened? You done ran into the white man?
We all ran into that mother.
I know that's right. So I definitely want to thank you guys for taking the time out tonight to do this. I know it has been a crazy couple of weeks because I've been just so excited to do this. I just wish it was like a lot sooner, but it's here now. If you guys want to go in, whoever want to go first, it doesn't matter. Give a little detail about yourself. Let the people know who you are and let them know what org that you rep and talk about you.
I defer to the ladies to go first.
Okay, I guess. I mean, whatever. Hold on, wait. Because I was about to talk like I was on my own live, like live. Hey, y'all. I'm Tori, and I am a part of Final Kappa Sorority Incorporated. I have been a part of that organization since 2006, so we out here with years behind these letters, okay? I'm not going to give you my fraternal name because you don't need to know that. And yeah, so we here, we live, we popping. P&K's been around since 2002, so we've been here for a good little minute. Y'all can go to the next. We got a whole podcast to talk.
Okay, right. Come on, Miss Libra. Let them know who you are, baby.
What's going on, everyone? As they said, my name is Libra, and yes, I am a Libra, born October 12th. How you doing? I'm here represent. Okay, Libra gang. I'm here representing Kappa Sigma Sorority Incorporated. Emphasis on the Incorporated because we got some imposters out here in the yard.
That part.
But I ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Y'all know who y'all are. But anyways, I'm here representing Kappa Sigma Sorority Incorporated. Founded in 2014, and I came in 2015 in the springtime, even though I was born in the fall. But I've been a part of the lovely organization ever since. We're constantly growing, getting new members. We just crossed our biggest line of 4 girls. So that's amazing.
Good.
I'm very
I wanna
proud
clap
of
to that.
the team. Thank you. I'm so proud of the team that was put together to accomplish that, and they're ready to get it started again. So yes, Kappa Sigma Sorority Incorporated. Oh, follow us on Wikipedia. Check that out.
Come on with it. Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, any other
I guess
gentlemen
I'll
want to go?
You want me to go?
go ahead.
Okay. My name is Unique Gail Wilson. I'm a member of Kappa Psi Kappa Fraternity Incorporated. I've been a member since spring 2011. I rechartered the Noble New Chapter NYC, and I've been KSI till I die since then. Every day KSI, we have continuously progressed, grown. We grew the New York area, and we're continuously growing as an organization. And I also founded Kappa Alpha Sigma Sorority.
Kudos to you. But don't
Yeah.
let him. First of all, he being real modest because when he got into New York, it was just him. And now it's like 100 of these motherfuckers running around. Like, he OD'd and came in and put his whole foot to the ground. And now there's a whole chapter.
A whole litter of them.
Yeah.
I'll go. So what's up, everybody? I'm Champ. I am part of Alpha Psi Kappa Fraternity Incorporated. Much like my twin sisters, Phi Nu Kappa, we were founded in 2002. And I have been here since 2006, putting years to the ground. And this all I know. This all I ever want to know. So, you know what I mean? Get at me. I ain't gonna tell you my government name because you're in my business and don't do that. You know?
Okay. no telling business here.
EC, member of Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated. The first. There's a lot of fakes out there, but the first, but the incorporated, similar to what Libra said. Founded in 2012. I crossed over spring 2017. I will be having my 4th Kappa anniversary in about 12 days. King all day. I was born a king, made a king, I'll die a king. Let's go.
I know that's right. Yes. See, I know that's right. Y'all see that this is my lovely family. Y'all see how they just introduce themselves coming in headstrong, gang up in this piece. Yes, but a lot of people don't know. Yes, this is my podcast. I am the hostess with the mostest, Aquarius Kelly, and I did cross into Kappa Psi Kappa Fraternity Incorporated myself. I'm fall 2016 in this piece. Still been here, always gonna be here, and I'm a rep to the day I die to the fullest, baby. You feel me? Wow. Yes. Already know. So let's get this thing kicked off and started. So, Spike telling, the folks about yourselves and talk about the organizations that you are repping and that you are in. Give a little backstory about you, like what put you in a position to be the person or the role model or the leader that you are today.
Wow. We just gonna go right into that, huh?
Right.
Yes,
Pick that up.
Dive in like Trey Songz.
Girl, I'm about to die.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, before we even get that deep, because leadership comes with a whole lot of different roles, like a lot of different paths. Like you don't just jump in and just be automatically a leader. Like you got to go through some hoops and circus poodles to get there.
Okay.
But it's like with me, just giving a little background, when I joined PNK, Phi Nu Kappa Sorority Incorporated, I joined off of the strength of me trying to see if I can make it and mesh with a bunch of chicks. Like, cause I always been around dudes my whole life. Like I'm a big old tomboy, if you didn't know that. And so when I joined PNK, I was like, let's see if I could do this. Like, I really wanted to join the org, besides the fact of doing the research and being hella gay, and we all know the stigma behind D9 orgs and you being gay. So I was like, I wanted to know if there was gay orgs, and then I found a whole group. I forgot the name of that group. I don't know the name. That page was on when LGBT orgs were just like this big, and I mean, because there's 1,000 of them out now, like they popping up like daisies. But when I found PNK, and I was just like, oh, let me see if I can do this. Then I done joined, I done got here, and boom, I didn't want to do nothing, but I hit the ground running because that's just me. But I didn't want to do nothing. I did not set my sights on being any kind of leader. Like I just wanted to make it, get my letters, and just do what I needed to do in the org. And it didn't. It happenstance. Later down in these years, I ended up walking into the path of becoming the leader that I am. And I um account that to my growth as a person. Like it has nothing to do with the org. I feel like my growth as a person has put me in a position to be in leadership position in the organization.
All right, now. Anybody else care to elaborate?
Who wants to
I
go?
mean, I'll go since I was around that same era of when I was looking. I was like sophomore in college, right? Now I was like stressed trying to find a place where like, who else wearing a 3-piece suit to these interviews? Is it just me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I needed something. I needed to fit in. I had like mentors in school, talking to them, and there was a young lady who was actually doing the similar search for a feminine organization. And she was like, "Yo, I found this list of just LGBTQ orgs," and I was like blown away. At that point, I'm like, "All right, like, I mean, let's see what it is. Let's see what it's about." Like, I needed to be around like-minded people so that I can grow and hopefully give something back to them. I think, like Tori said, like eventually, as you grow as a person, it became more important to me to be able to give back more to my org than I was taking out of it. So
Right.
I never aspired to be like in leadership, or I just wanted to be a mentor. Like I'm always the first one to be like, I want to be a big bruh. Like I'd rather just do the mentorship portion, and then I kind of just fell into leadership, I would say.
Okay.
Like, hey, this is my next progression. Like I can mentor from here as well. So it was just kind of like my growth as a person, and kind of understanding that mentorship can still continue with leadership as well. So that's
No,
kind of
that's definitely
my
a good.
progression.
That's definitely a good thing because when you think of like certain folks that people will consider like leaders or strong leaders or like the voice of, depending on what the scenario or situations is, right? So, like you guys stated before, it took things in your personal life to get that growth and get there. So, like, do you think that someone, depending on at the era of time of your life, who, do you think that, what's the words I'm trying to use? So, like, someone that you have in your life personally, like personal outside of the org, like, did you have somebody like very strong and monumental that you looked up to exude, those type of things and to apply for, pretty much what you just stated, like you like doing a mentorship and all of that, and it eventually turned into this, you being in these type of leadership roles. Y'all heard me?
Uh, yeah, we heard you. I would say yeah. Like, what I'm saying, seeing even growing up, like working with my mom. Like my mom worked in like the nursing home, so we would go there with her, and like I've always been like a community based person. So seeing my mom and kind of seeing that growth and development, I took that and I just wanted to be around people who look like me too. My mom's like, "Go forth, prosper," right? Like I didn't have like a horrible coming out story or anything. So, my mom's like, "Go forth, prosper," and I was like, "All right, bet." And then I met my pro fight, who just kind of helped me along, because when I crossed, I couldn't even drink. I crossed the org before I could even have a drink. So you
Wow.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm at my pro fight, and then that development just continued, but now in a realm where I felt safe to do so. So for
No,
me, it was
that's
just
good.
kind of a transition of mentorship, if you will.
Okay. So, Libra, could you elaborate on that? Because I know, for some of, if I could say, like for the trans women, like it's things that's out there for them, but it's not a lot. So to find that circle and camaraderie of other women that you can kind of get together and relate to, like how would you like explain that, or just figuring out to find your own circle of people and how can you relate and just kind of be able to help one another have a seat at the table?
Um, so in the trans world, being a trans woman, you have many different layers of like what your I don't want to say like career, but like what you would be like your regular time spent could be you doing like drag shows, or you could be a girl that worked in like social services type of field, or you could be the girl that's just, working the beat, being a person that receives gentleman callers, whatever your ministry may have been, those are different types of trans women. So we've never really had an organization within the Greek world. And I remember receiving some type of email, and I answered the email. Next thing you know, I was put in a group, and then Unique was in the group. And, weeks that went by, all these other trans women were coming into the group. A lot of them were like very much, I don't know if I can do this because I know the history of how sororities go. So that may not be the life for me. But to me, I always thought about it. It's like what you put into the organization is going to determine, what comes out of the organization. So if the people are nasty, then, them going in, then that's what the product is going to be coming out, and that's how people are going to be you. But if y'all are all about the same common everything, then y'all are good. So Kiss, when Kiss came around, I was excited. I really was. But then again, I also thought that they were just trying to get my coins and run away and be like, "There's no organization. Get up out of here. What you think this is?" You know,
No.
because I really had to like trust them. Like, okay, is this really gonna be a sorority coming out of this? Are we really gonna be, successful? Because everybody wanted to be an AKA. I know I wanted to be an AKA, but that was something that I really wanted to have, is that sisterhood, that bond. And it takes work, it takes time, it takes blood, sweat, and tears. It takes restarting, it takes rebranding, it takes rebuilding, it takes researching within yourself, it takes you changing
Speak on
up,
it.
a lot of different things about you personally. So you may not have been the leader back in the day, but doing this process, whether you going to pledge or whether you becoming an officer of some sort, within the org, you gonna learn some skills, whether you want to or not.
Chat.
So
Mhm.
I
I
think
know that's
that's
right.
it's not as easy for trans women because we're used to quick, fast money. We looking like, well, how's this gonna benefit me? Because a lot of us are looking for places to lay our head. A lot of us are looking for the next coin. A lot of us are looking, they don't live that life, so they're at home. It's like,
Oh, sis, you still there? Oh, shit.
What happened?
Got you, Libra?
no, yes, somebody
Okay.
called me. They know I'm on the phone,
That's when you put on do not disturb or airplane mode.
right? Oh, but oh my goodness. So what I was saying was it's I would say it's basically that whole thing that we all live under the guise that trans women do not get along. We can't work together. We can't do things together. And in some spaces it shows. But this org is here to change that because we have
Okay.
so much work to do. We all have a
Right.
common goal. So
I know
we're
that's
here to
right.
change that whole narrative.
So to touch on, the whole us coming and working together because, as not one only just being black, right? So two, us being black and gay, like it tends to put a negative taste in everybody's mouths and things of that nature. So Mr. Unique Gil Wilson, when it came to establishing and creating all these different type of orgs within under the TK5 umbrella, like what made you want to just kind of push forth to do that, to mesh all these different type of lifestyles in one, even though some backgrounds can be similar in story, but yet still different. How would you manage to accomplish this full life rainbow of just, strong black gay men, strong black gay trans men and women, just everybody?
Okay, when I came here, it was already here. That was one. It was already established. But over the years, I think we've accomplished so many different feats of coming together, working together with that common goal, supporting each other. And that's the whole basis behind TK5 as a whole, of us working and supporting each other as a family. And bringing in KISS and AQK, it completed that family and opened us up to the whole spectrum of the LGBT community.
That's good. All right. So with that happening and stuff of that nature, which is good, by the way, because, you know, sometimes people want to know or have a little sense of backstory of things, of how these things can be created, because you do get people that feel like things like this can't be created or it just can't happen, right? But, you know, it takes strong Black people like us to show that these things, you know, can happen and it can be moved forward into being to something with greatness. So Mr. Bro, you know, EC, during your journey and all of this, like, how was it for you within the experience and just the stair step of level of getting here?
A lot of y'all may not even know this, only Champ does, but I actually was an interest for A-side back in like 05, 06. Yeah, like me and Champ were supposed to be LB.
You supposed to be with me and my LB.
yeah. Events happened, life happened, and I actually was a member of a different organization for masculine lesbians, and I was part of like their first line after their founding line, and I had seen a lot of people transition, and I knew it was something that was on the horizon for me, and I saw how they were treated. So my thing was, I left before I could invest, because like Libra said, I was like, y'all just trying to take my money, and I already know I'm gonna grow up to be a grown ass man, and y'all not gonna fuck with me. So I had to go. And then I got reached out to in 2012 about AQK, Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated, and I kind of paid it. I'm gonna just keep it real. I paid it. And as time progressed, because I knew I had already like knew Champ and other bros in A-side and bros in A-side that had transitioned, I basically waited until those bros were like, yeah, come on. So my growth is a little bit different. A running joke, like I've been online for Tau Kappa 5 for a long time. Like I showed up to Winter Ball and there were some people that saw me and it was like, you back? And I'm yeah. Champ know who looked at me like that. But I think that growth, it speaks to a lot, right? Because in 06, I wasn't in a place. And when the time came for me to cross the charcoal and baby blue sands, like that time was right. And similar to what Champ said, like you don't really like want to go into it like, oh, I want to be a leader. It just kind of happens. And I didn't go to it want to lead. I really went in wanting to have other brothers that were like me, similar experiences. I think the one thing that's really dope about Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated is that we are all men of trans experience, different ranges in our transition, different ages, different sexual orientations. So it's like you got straight men, you got gay men, you got bi men, you got pan men. Like it's just the range. I got brothers that got wives, I got brothers that got husbands. Like, so the diversity of that is, you know, it's really unheard of when you talk about men of trans experience, and the diversity of race. You know, a lot of people think that we're like a predominantly Black fraternity, but I have Asian brothers, I have white brothers, I have Mexican brothers. So like that diversity, when you talk about race, when you talk about age, when you talk about generational gaps, there's an abundance of knowledge. Me and Champ were laughing about it the other day. I got a brother that graduated college in like 1980 something. And I was like, wait, what? 80 something. But the generational gaps in that, like there's just an abundance of knowledge and just so much to learn. So that's what I like and love the most.
No, that's a
But
good thing.
I just want to take not to cut you off,
Go ahead,
Kelly.
sorry. Go ahead.
But
Anybody
I
can
just
go.
want to take this moment because I want you to realize that you went into a whole circle and still found your ass right back in TK5. That goes to show you
Oh yeah,
that we was here regardless. We was just waiting for you to
We were
figure out what you
waiting for
was
you
gonna
to open the
do.
door and say, come on in the room.
We just waiting for you. You could. I want people to understand because I always feel like there's always like some bad breath somewhere about the umbrella of TK5. When you have members, whether they leave and come back, they thought about it, they were interested, but they still come back. There are members who left this organization, this umbrella, who still try to crawl their way back, and they can't get back in. Y'all thought y'all could find something other there, over there, and what you was really looking for was the growth
Libra,
to bring your ass back right here.
Libra.
I mean, I feel that I could testify to that. I mean, if I would have jumped on the train of pledging when I was asked to pledge child, I probably would have been in this org about almost 6-7 years. Because I was asked years ago, and I was like, "What? A fraternal who? I don't know nothing about that." I'm like, look, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm from the hood. You asking the wrong person for fraternal what?
You
Can I buy a
aggravating.
vowel?
I hate you.
I know about gangs, fraternities, and sororities. I, I don't know. So sometimes it takes, that time to really educate yourself and just see what more you want out of life. Because I mean, I know for me, like it definitely was a process. Oh, Libra, you still there, baby? All right, you Libra, nobody else calling you sugar.
No, no,
You,
no. I had to go get something. I didn't want to be rude and stand up while I was on
oh,
camera.
I got you, baby. I got you. I just want to make
always,
sure that you didn't get cut
always
off.
lazy.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, but no, like I was saying, sort of like I mean, it was the same thing for me because I ended up being a part of Kappa Psi Kappa Fraternity Incorporated anyway. It was later than sooner, but it was just one of those things. I know for me, I didn't decide to pledge because I didn't know anything about Greek organizations. Like nobody never really taught me. Like I never knew it was a thing. Now, if you came to me and was like, hey, you want to join, Sir 13, Bloods and Crips, like I know that. I know that type of fraternity is that life. I didn't know. So the whole purpose of me of wanting to join anyway is because I didn't know. And I was me saying no was because I didn't know. So I was just like, well, maybe if I apply myself right, this could really be something for me. Now, I'm happy I'm crossed, right? Uh it was the process for me because by that time I was a Jamaican. I was in college full time getting these degrees. Okay, I was working about 3 jobs and I was living in an expensive ass apartment in New York in the Bronx by the train line. So the struggle was hard for me and trying to make these trying to adjust my schedule just did not work, honey. When I tell y'all the struggle was real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made it. We
You sure did.
You know what I'm saying? So but as far as that, I know sometimes, people don't have the resources of, being able to network with people or rub elbows in the room and things of that nature. Because I know these type of things just happen for folks on the whim. So for people that don't have those resources or connections, like what do you do to make sure that it's enough information out so people can know that like we are here, they're here, like it's places for you if you feel that there is not a place for you. Anybody can answer.
I feel like the resources are an abundance of it now. In 2006, there were none. There was like 2 pages of a resource. Like you could probably Google and then got one hit. Like that's how lackluster it was in '06. I think now the resources is in abundance, but there's still a lot of work to be done because even so, we still got to be showing up. You go to these community service events or these big AIDS walks and all of that other stuff, and there are D9 more than you can blink. There are multicultural orgs more than you can blink. And then there's a handful of LGBT orgs that are out there. And it's not that we're not out there, we're just not showing up.
Yeah.
We have to, as an LGBTQ umbrella organization, no matter what org you pledge, we have to start showing up. Otherwise, nobody is going to know that LGBT org exists. We're not, and that doesn't mean we have to be a walking brand and open our mouth and that has to fall out like automatically. But we have to show up to the places that it matters. And if we're trying to make moves in the LGBT community, we have to show up in those places that matter, not just at the AIDS walk, not just at the March of Dimes walk. We need to be at everything that matters to us as far as those LGBTQ letters are concerned. And the problem with that is that we are still limiting ourselves because a lot of people are still limited themselves. And by that I mean they're scaling back because they don't want no backlash. Like they don't want to feel like they're not proud to wear their letters. They don't want to get involved with no riffraff or none of that. Like a lot of people are still even in the D9 world, like a lot of them still looking down on us like we stole a legacy. Like we didn't steal your legacy. We just created our own. Give us some fucking respect.
Right.
I mean, that's the reason they created their own. Like the white people didn't want to let them in, so the black people was like, "We gonna go and do this." So now you got black gays doing this. Now it's a thing. Why is it a thing? Like we not stepping on nobody's toes. We ain't telling you to move out the way. What we said was you didn't want me into where you are, so we created the lane, and this is our lane.
Right. But I feel like a lot of us are still playing it safe. We just need to start showing up.
Right.
I mean,
I
that's
think
definitely true.
I think part of that discussion too is like while we, the collective we, haven't stepped on anybody's toes, there's been a lot of stepping and stealing if like I've
Absolutely.
seen people showing out and hand signs and all kinds of just straight up stolen. So like that hurt that they have is genuine, is real because they have experienced that. Not from us, we not
Right.
doing it, but it is out there where they just like, no man, I don't want you showing up here and doing the same. Why are you shimmying and he
Right.
shimmying, right? Like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? In my experience, like my friends, close friends, people close to me are all like D9 and stuff. Like when you show up in those spaces, I've never been in a place where I wasn't welcome, where it wasn't like they don't care if it's just me or it's 10 of us. Like, yo, stroll if you want to, come to the event, do whatever, like put yourself out there. So those spaces, especially now in the 21st century, like later on as these things are more predominant, like those spaces are open up and we, like she said, like we just got to show up in them and just be like, yo, we here as our authentic self, but like we're here.
But I really think that what separates us is no difference between us and D9. They have a history, but we also have history now too. Many of our orgs are pushing 20 years, and TK5 is pushing 20 years. Like, look at that. Look at everything that we have been through, and we still here. And we just all have to take what Tori, my sister Tori, just stated. Like, we have to get out there, be visible. We got to show people who we are and what we do, and we got to look the part. Wear those letters, and that's what this is all about: being visible. When I came here, like she said, when I started here back in 2011 and in New York, I was walking those streets and pavement with that shirt on, and I was passing out pamphlets because I wanted people to know about the organization.
And as you should, because like now we know it's a lot of them there.
Pride in that. I take pride in that, and I think we gotta take pride. D9 members take pride in what they do. They take pride in those letters they wear across their chest. We have to do the same.
No, and you are absolutely right. So with that being said, like what do you think is the reason that people don't want to like take that on? They don't want to be prideful for what they worked for because we've known like if you work for it, show it. If you got it, flaunt it. So if we go through the process and we do all these things to get these letters, so like why would I get the letters and be like, oh no, I don't want to. I don't know anything about why not? Why people are so afraid to do that? Like what makes them afraid to do it?
Go
I
ahead,
think.
EC. EC had his hand up like this whole time.
Wait, yes.
Well, I was gonna say back to like the previous point of like being proud of your letters. I think the one thing I'm most proud about with Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated is that the members of Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated do the work. So it's automatically in the trans community, like especially amongst Black trans men, it's like I've heard guys say like if it's not AQK, I'm really not hearing it. Like it like across the board, like there's a respect there of they know the guys in AQK are doing that work. To your follow-up question about like why there's not that pride in that, I think that has to be instilled within the organization. I think when it comes to Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated, we have stealth members, we have low disclosure members. So, with us being an organization that exclusively accepts men of trans experience, those letters will automatically out you, and outing can be dangerous. So, there are, I have a lot of paraphernalia that just say Kings on it. So, it can be a thing of where I can rep my letters, I can rep my colors, but I'm not putting myself in any intimate danger in that moment of being, at the barbershop chilling and they like, what's that? And they do a quick Google search and then all of a sudden it could be something, I think that's a part of it. But I also think, D9 hasn't been too nice to LGBT folks, especially when it comes to the standpoint of like, as you said, Aquarius, they don't let people in and then allow them to be their authentic self. They usually have to like dial it back or do something different to conform to their traditional standards, right? And I think the one thing I love about Tau Kappa Phi is that because it's been around so long and because there are so many different organizations and because we're out in the community, I come from a D9 family. Like my mother's D9, my dad's D9, my sisters, my cousins, like everybody is Greek. And when my mom held an actual like national regional office, like that even instilled in me more like if I'm gonna pledge anything, like it can't be no slump. Like it can't be something that just popped up. It can't be something that
Okay.
corporation paperwork. Like you gotta have it all together. And I think a lot of people, as Tori and Libra said, like they're like popping up. People feel as though like it's that easy to just make an organization and just pull it all together. So I think that's where a lot of the pride comes in. I think when you're talking about organizations outside of Tau Kappa Phi, because there's no shortage of pride in Tau Kappa Phi.
Right. Okay.
We'll pay the whole town baby blue real quick. But I think that has a lot to do with it.
No, that's good. That's good. What else I was gonna say? I was trying to gather my thoughts as y'all talking. I love when y'all speak because it helps me think. Shoot, let me see. But despite that, everything that has already been put forth, and we have like a lot more stuff to put in the history books and things because we're kind of used to like what it was like back then, but still keeping some of that blueprint and things like that. So like, Champ, what I wanted to say for you, like, what is your visionary or what do you foresee with like taking Tau Kappa Phi to like this whole big scheme of things of like what do you see it growing more into or what do you have a vision for it becoming?
I see more life, more life, more life. Like just like that. I hope to see Tau Kappa Phi position to be celebrating a centennial, to be harboring 3,000 members in a chapter or and in a region or something like that. Like just the scalability of seeing having people be out in the community, having people see and like understand that like we're here, we ain't going nowhere, we've been here for 20 some years. Like we're pushing towards 25, we're pushing towards 50, and we want to get to the point where all the chapters got 100 people like new, and like you know what I'm saying? Where our growth is just exponential. Which what I see eventually, we're just gonna explode at one point. So it's probably best to just go ahead and get everything aligned and get ready to be prepared for that when that
I
day
know that's
comes. I just see more people, more life. Like we are out there, people are seeing us and they're interested, right? Like the resources is there. You can now Google it and 20 orgs will pop up. You're not stuck in one group. So I think it's just gonna explode at some point.
No, I can't wait. I feel the same thing. Like because I was gonna say that because I actually do because I was gonna say like for Libra like what do you see with getting like more of the information out there so we can get more of the trans women like more space for them to know that there is a space for them, like how can we get them also to the front line as well, not necessarily just being the face but just doing the work, just like letting them know that you guys are here too because there's room for everybody, for trans women, trans men, gay men, all of us. So like how we get them to start stepping up to the foreplay. Libra.
You can hear me, right? Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the biggest thing is word of mouth to me, because that's like a conversation starter. If you're able to have a conversation with someone that you bump into and she maybe of trans experience, and you just start getting this vibe from her that she would be a good candidate for kids, I always encourage people to do that. But I think with us being as consistent as we have been and clean looking how we've been and the type of content that we've released to the public, it's of great quality. I feel that that right there is a talking piece as well, because when we post, it's not like we get like a couple people that look at it and it's a thumbs up. We get quite a bit of people, and then the network is growing even bigger, so more people, more eyes are seeing the things that we're doing, and each time we're getting like new different ideas of how we can showcase whatever the topic may be of something that we feel is important to our community. So for example, we did like the presidential election type of stuff. Just doing that alone, we got a lot of people interested in the org. That sparked with this last line having to be of 10 girls. And then, like I said, we crossed 4. So the word's getting out there and I'm excited. But also, the thing that I'm proud of is the fact, if we're going back to talk about TK5, the support that we've been receiving, whether it's been from the top, from the middle, or from the bottom, everyone has it's so many emails that come into my inbox. It's so many people. Are you accepting applications? Oh, I have this one chick, I think she's interested, and I'm always directing them, okay, fill out this interest application. And then they hit me back again. I'm like, well, they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Oh,
So you need to get up on them. I'm not
yes.
gonna do it just yet. I need you to get up on them so then they can, either submit the application or, have, if they have questions, ask questions, because, this, I will say, and y'all all could say the same thing, that when it comes down to that pledging process, many are called, but few make it. So it's not for
Mm-hmm.
everybody. However, what I tell the girls, everyone has an opportunity to test and see if it's something that you can do. If you want it, then you will achieve and strive to get to that end goal. However, it makes me a never mind, because I'm only looking for the girls that's here to do work. If you're here to do the work, if you're here to get your hands dirty and to evoke change, I'm ready to work with you. So word of mouth is my biggest thing, but then also what we're producing as far as content is another way that we can get people to see, we're here.
I know that's right. Well, with all that lovely stuff being said and you guys sharing everything, I like to move on to my hold on.
Aggie.
Here we go.
I like to, Tori, you already know I like to move on into my good segment over here. Y'all know we're gonna move on into my good game called Tea and Hot Chocolate.
I was just about to ask, is that the tea or the hot chocolate?
No, baby. So it's very, very simple. All I do is just ask random questions, just random. If you feel like it's tea, it's piping, then you say it's tea, right? So if you feel that the question is not like it's not what it is, it's just a shitty mess. It's just hot chocolate. You just say hot chocolate. Now, whatever your response is, if you want to elaborate or not, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So I hope y'all,
ready.
like I said,
I'm ready.
I had a
But you
couple
gotta sing
games
the
for y'all.
song. Gotta do the song. Tea
You
and
gotta, you
hot
gotta,
chocolate. What?
chocolate and
Tea
tea
and hot
and hot
chocolate.
chocolate. So you ready to say tea and hot chocolate? I say tea and hot chocolate and tea. Okay, so y'all not gonna get me on this live now. I'm trying to keep it together. Try to keep it together. Oh, all right, all right. Now hold on, wait. Okay. Now these ain't no particular order. And the questions is very short because I'll just three. Anybody can answer. Anybody, if you don't want to answer, that's fine. Because like I said, I got another game for y'all, but we gonna start off with this one, right? Y'all's ready? Yeah. Got your
Ready.
cocktail? Oh, okay. Just making sure. So tea and hot chocolate is a support system very much needed in life.
T.
T.
Tea.
Mm.
It was a
Some shape or form.
You don't feel it, Tori? Yeah.
I mean,
Shape or form.
I'm like, you let us know because baby, we waiting on you. We like say what?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, okay, Tori, just for you, I could give you a 50-50, sis. You want a 50-50 it? You want
Yeah,
to
you're gonna have to mix that for me. You have to
you
mix that.
okay, I give you 50-50. I give you 50-50
So
on
that
it.
hot
Okay.
chocolate is made out of milk.
2%.
Ah, ah.
Skim.
Right. I'm like,
Skim.
you want the
Skim.
whole milk or you want the 2%?
Skim. She said
Right.
skim.
So let's get this next question out, right? So tea and hot chocolate, okay? Got it? Y'all ready? Ears perked? All right. Because of generational gaps, is it the reason for miscommunication?
Oh,
Hot
that's old tea.
chocolate.
Oh,
Hot
that
chocolate.
was that was very forceful. Like, please do explain. I want to know.
Man, generational gaps is not the cause of communication errors. It's your failure to comprehend something. That's
Right.
the communication error. So forget the age gap. What is we talking about? What are we
So
trying to
what
do?
you saying is, if we don't know English, we don't know nothing.
I'm just, if you can't comprehend, I don't
Or if
care
we
what you
don't
know.
read, if we don't read,
I mean, I know I can. Are you hearing me? But are you listening? Like that's the difference. That's the hot chocolate.
read,
That's
you
true.
can't read it.
I agree.
Got
I
you.
disagree.
I mean,
I say it's
are
T.
you speaking the language to be understood?
I think it's T, honestly.
Please do tell.
I think it's T because from a generational standpoint, at least for me, like I was raised in a sense like you have to stay in a child's place. So when you become an adult and you try to assert yourself, your parents have a difficult time realizing that you are an adult. like, yes, you are still, quote, their child, but you grown. So I do think that it's a generational gap when it comes to miscommunication, because I don't know about y'all, but I was told oftentimes, like, when I wanted to express myself as a child, like, nah, it doesn't matter, stay in a child's place, things like that. And now, like, you know, I'm a little off the rocker. I say what I gotta say when I gotta say it, and if you don't like it, I can go home. Um, and I exercise my right to go home all the time.
All the time. I exercise myself to never leave my crib. It better be beneficial or a check that follows. I'm just saying, you can't leave out the house and don't get no money.
I'm not leaving the house until that deposit is paid first. Hello.
Get my
Not-
Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal, I want it all. Matter of fact, give me my Apple Pay, nigga.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, all right, y'all. This is the last and final question, right? Y'all ready? Unique, did we lose you?
No, I'm here.
All right, shit. The last and question, tea and hot chocolate. You look at Tori, she just already charged because she in the camera like, bitch, I won't miss nothing.
I don't.
Oh, last and final question, tea and hot chocolate. Would creating an island to a peaceful community could make the world a better place?
Nah. That's
Wait,
shit.
say it again.
Island?
Would creating an island to a peaceful community could make the world a better place?
No.
No.
Hot chocolate. That's
Just
all the
one.
way chocolate. That's
That's hot
some
chocolate.
chocolate shit there.
We can't create a place of peace.
A
We can't put
island.
No, but
Change
an
the world.
island? That's like separating yourself, right?
Yeah.
I guess y'all educated. Y'all caught on. I ain't gonna give y'all nothing.
I was stuck on the fact that you said one island.
People gonna take that long journey across that bridge and go to the place of peace, and then they're gonna mess up the place of
Mess it
peace.
up.
They're gonna
They're
taint
gonna come, they're gonna invade it to mess it up.
Okay.
I mean, they did it with Black Wall Street.
Mm.
That's the T.
I'm pretty sure America started as a journey to an island. For
Okay, that part.
That part. That's exactly what happened. Now, I already knows it. I knows it. Okay. So right, I got another game. Y'all like my games? Cause I mean, I got one more game for y'all. Y'all
Come on.
y'all gonna play with me? Y'all ain't gonna go nowhere, no right? Y'all don't gotta go to bed. Y'all grown.
We
You ain't got no
do.
curfew. Nothing. No, you Tori, you gonna stay on this live with us because I know you like to get off. I got you tonight, boo. I got you tonight for probably like the next 15 minutes. Okay. All right. We gonna go into the next segment. You know, still singly gigs going on up in this piece. However, dun, 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 dun. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Fun in the 90s, right? We're gonna do a trivia. See this, see her.
Fun in the 90s.
Fun in the 90s. You don't remember the 90s wasn't fun for you, Unique?
No, it was fun. I was young. I was like, please, I was young.
I'm just saying, fun in the
2000. That was fun.
Did he say
The
2000?
2000s was fun.
Yeah, if 2000 was fun as well. Moving along. So fun in the 90s. So I'm gonna explain. So fun in the 90s. If y'all are good 90 buffs folks, I think y'all are. I see it. I think I feel it. I feel the energy. Libra look like she is ready. She's gonna give me every answer to man of these questions that I'm gonna give her. So if you know your stuff from 1990 to 1999, you're gonna answer these correctly. If you answer wrong, everybody got their cocktail, you gotta take a sip. Okay.
Okay.
You
Damn
got
cock.
your water, your juice, your hydrates, your collaborates, your H2O. Got them? You got them? You ready? Oh, all right, all right.
Yeah.
Fun in the 90s. Let's do this, right? First question. What year did the Spice Girls had their first #1 single?
Who the hell
Can I
know
phone a
that?
friend?
I don't know that.
My cousin knows the answer. I guarantee you, because the Spice Girls is his jam.
Oh,
If he's watching
would you
this
say
right now,
Libra?
he's
You
probably
want to
screaming at
buy?
the
You want to buy a
TV.
lifeline?
I'm in the soul music.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna say
93.
1993.
I'm gonna say 94.
94. Ooh,
No,
okay,
dang, y'all
96.
was close. No, it's not 94.
98.
No, you was close, but no, he said 98. No,
Ooh,
you
what
want to
the
give it
fuck?
one more twirl?
Nah, I got
94.
nothing.
What is it?
97.
95.
96.
We done went through all
We
of
was
these
all
numbers. It
around.
had to be one of them.
I'm just
Shit.
saying. I'm just
I was
saying.
in 10th grade.
And what song was it? If You Want to Be My Lover?
That was
You know
it.
who it was.
That was it. The fact that you knew the song and didn't know the year, that's a problem to me. That's a problem for
Listen,
me.
I didn't know what year that was. I just knew that I liked the black girl from the Spice Girls. I was like, ooh.
Oh, so you like
Yeah,
you
you
like
like,
crazy.
you
That's
liked
what that
like
was.
the girl.
Like,
No.
Come on,
And
Steady Spice.
Unique said he was in the 10th grade, so that means Unique was still straight at the time. Cause Unique was not messing with men in the 10th grade, okay? Right. Y'all ready for the next question? Ready? You got your drinks ready? Because y'all didn't take a sip to the last one because y'all know y'all lost the
no,
last
I took my sip. Just
She took her sip before she even thought about the answer.
Next question. How many members is in Backstreet Boys?
5.
5.
5?
See, like they know stuff.
Okay,
Y'all some educated folks. Y'all are educated. Look at that. Look at Jesus. Hallelujah. Y'all got a point. Y'all should give
I
that.
thought we was gonna hear something about take me there.
No, you didn't, Chip. No. Okay. Y'all ready for the next one? Yeah. Got it? You show. Y'all okay. So, what TV character was so popular in the 90s that he got his own cereal?
Steve
His own
Urkel.
what?
Woo! Come on, Easy. You better know it, baby. You better know that. My brother
He
was
went from
out
his
there.
own cereal to his own weed line. Look at this.
Hallelujah. So did.
Who?
Child.
I
I'm
wonder
telling
what that
you.
cereal tastes
What
like.
was the answer?
Look.
I mean, we know what purple Urkels taste like, but the cereal though. Like,
No, what was it? Oh, it was Steve Urkel?
Yeah.
On cereal?
yeah.
Yeah.
He was?
He was on the Wheaties box.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I didn't know that.
No. Yeah,
Did
he
he,
literally, but I'm saying, but I know he was on Wheaties too, but child.
did he look
That's
You
like
couldn't
Steve
afford no
Urkel or
weed.
Stefan Urkel? Which one did he look like?
It was Urkel.
He was in Urkel.
Man, I definitely
was
wasn't
born
interested in that shit.
Y'all, ooh, wait a minute. Next question. What was the most popular cell phone on the market in 1999?
Sidekick.
Nokia.
Oh,
The Nokia.
Razor?
Champion, you got a drink. You got that wrong. Now,
Was it no sidekick?
Man, I know. I wanted a sidekick so bad.
the
I was ready.
In the 90s?
in the 90s,
That's a
Oh,
Nokia
like
3500.
2000s, right?
right.
The sidekick
Oh,
was
my bad.
2000.
The cell phones were like the size of a remote control.
Yeah, that's why I said it was right. It was Nokia. They child. Somebody said Shaggy.
I had a pink Nokia. I sure the fuck did.
When you had to pull the antenna up.
Because I had a black one. It was real big. Okay.
It was big.
y'all ready for the next? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like y'all should know this.
What?
Part of me telling y'all gonna get it wrong, but I feel like y'all should know this. Y'all of age, so y'all should know. What does AOL stand for?
American Online.
Y'all just gonna let EC answer all the questions for y'all. Why they sit here with the blank look face like so somebody gonna answer it, but I don't know the answer.
You need to be honest. Like I ain't know it, so I'm gonna just drink. Just grab a cup. It's real slick. Like
The only thing I remember about AOL what's the little ding? It'd be like, you got mail. That's it.
welcome. You got mail.
Welcome, you got mail.
What happened
That's
to
when
AOL? What happened to that?
every time I heard that, that just lets me know when somebody was cheating on a significant other, because that was the only time you could cheat. You could cheat back in a day like that. If y'all don't remember, just saying.
I'm sorry. I was with Yahoo at the time.
CDs, they put the CDs in the mail.
Well, I had a pager at the time, but I don't think the folks that's watching know what pagers are. I'm not even going through that.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Child.
What's your charge number?
Y'all ready for next one? Y'all, did y'all
Throw
refill
this
your
damn game in the trash.
So I'm just saying. What question? What was the most popular way to communicate in the 90s?
Email.
Hootie who?
In the 90s?
Okay.
I think I was still writing notes.
Landlines,
Passing notes in school.
the landlines, right? The phone.
Y'all all got it wrong. Y'all need a drink.
There wasn't no cell phone.
And the crazy thing is, I said the answer. I said I had a pager. Y'all know when y'all trying to do some freaky stuff, you would tell me push this code in. I know you're ready to do it.
They became obsolete really quick.
They definitely did.
Okay.
Obsolete really quick. Like
Okay, so this about to be the last one. Y'all ready? Y'all got it? The last and final question, right?
Yes.
What was the highest grossing film of the 1990s decade?
Titanic?
What? Look at you, unique, all educated and shit. Yeah,
That's probably the last movie you just watched. You need
No, I'm telling you the reason why, because I watched it 10 times in the movie theater.
In the movie, I was about to say you was actually sitting there with, because that was when it was the 3 VHSs came out with Titanic.
No, it was no 3.
I still got it on
one VHS.
No. Shoot.
That was a long ass fucking movie.
But it was interesting. It was a good movie though at the time.
There's enough.
It's been 84 years. Hey, there was room for Jack. There was room for Jack. No.
And they was looking for that diamond, and she had it the whole time in her room.
The whole damn time. And grandma looked like she was about to go take a damn dip at the end with the goddamn diamond.
Y'all is
for
silly.
me, Jack.
Well, this has been fun. I wish I could keep y'all all night because this would be great, but I don't want to then turn it into a 2-hour segment. But I want to thank y'all for doing this. This was amazing. Thank you for educating the people, letting them know about org life. Because like I said, a lot of people don't know, because I didn't know. We just don't know nothing about that lifestyle from time to time. But if you like, you guys reintroduce yourselves, drop your social media handles for the folks and the organization handles. Sorry. I'm getting directed in front of producers in the back. So, just let the folks know where they can find you and stuff like that. And yeah.
I mean, if they really want to find all of us, all they really need to do is go to www.tk5.org and click on the organizations that are pertinent to you. Phi Nu Kappa Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Psi Kappa Fraternity Incorporated, Kappa Psi Kappa Fraternity Incorporated, Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated, Kappa Iota Sigma Incorporated. Emphasis on the I and C because we are all incorporated organizations.
Right.
That part.
So, as I will always say, if you can't kiki with your Judies, then who can you kiki with? I want to thank everybody, for tuning in tonight on this lovely podcast of Singly Gay. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell every time we drop a leak or any new updates are coming up. Because, I'm the bitch, so come and check me out. Like, I'm trying to get these numbers up, okay? It is hard in the street. I'm a one-woman show. I feel like I'm out here being like, cheer, okay? So, gotta do this. But I definitely want to thank you guys really for coming in. We could keep this going, but we just gonna have to move over off this. But I love everybody for tuning in. Also, I want to shout out to all my Facebook people that have been watching this whole entire time, dropping your comments. I'm sorry I couldn't really get to them. It was kind of our distance because, child, I'm gonna have to read this stuff later.
We'll respond. We'll respond later.
It was fine, yes. So I love you guys, and I want to say have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. Bye, family.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Bye.